Comic fans. This is Comicfan with another humble haul. Glad to see you guys all today. A lot of stuff has happened since the last time I made a video, which wasn't too long ago. But just things caught up to me, and I'm a little out of sorts right now. Got a bum leg. I was out for about a week, but I'm back. Hey, everything's good. So first of all, before I start off my haul, want to a, bring up a couple of things that have been going on in the YouTube community. Apparently, some contests going on. Contender, I see that's in the chat right now. Just hit 400 subscribers. He's got a contest going on. Check it out and see if it's for you and support the guy, huh? Because 400 subscribers is sort of easy to come by. For me, it's not. I just hit it, and I've been on here a couple of years. So for somebody to make that milestone pretty quickly, well, all the more power to them. I think it's a great video. It's pretty much spelling out your name personally or your channel name in comic books. I think it's great. Hey, there you go. 4Ways already got gonna put in a submission for you, so that's good publicity. In other news, I guess, in my neck of the woods, we got some good vibes going on here. Apparently, Alex the Comic Hoarder just used my buddy's services for pressing on his X-Men #1, came back with great results, and I'm really happy for that because not that I have complete faith in my buddy and his pressing services, but anytime he's got good publicity, it just backs up his reputation. So if you guys want to take a look at Alex the Comic Hoarder's recent video, he just got a full grade point from what he was expecting on his X-Men #1. Not too shabby. Check it out. It's good stuff. Aside from that, well, let's start the haul, shall we? It's basically a couple of stops around here. I couldn't pinpoint to everything. That's why I just labeled it Shoppin. Hey, Huey's Comics. Great. Thanks for stopping by on your lunch break. I appreciate it, buddy. Okay. Let's start off with a little con I went on to a while back. I think about last month. It was WonderCon. It was a local show. And I got to tell you, cons these days are getting a little ridiculous, at least in my neck of the woods. It's not easy to find a deal. There's a lot of books that are getting priced up and up and up and up. And, well, that's just the name of the game, right? So I went to this show, brought my kids with me, and I'll show you what I found. For about $5, I found a War is Hell #5. Now you can tell it's not the best copy, but it's a doable copy, and I'm willing to pay $5 for it. Not too bad. I've already got a copy. If anybody needs it, we can talk trade, but yeah, it's not that great. And then I went shopping all over. I'll tell you the truth, half the day went by. All I picked up was that one book, come across my buddy's book or booth, which was Rocket Comics, and he teamed up with a couple of retailers, which was a smart move because if you've got raising booth costs, he pretty much divvied up like a 10 by 20 booth among 3 retailers, and it worked out for him. He had a couple of $3, $5 bins, which had some good stuff in it. I wouldn't mind paying $3 to $5 for them. The first out of the box was Labyrinth #1. Now, I definitely pay about $3 to $5 for that. I don't have a problem with it. If I paid the buck for it, that'd be great too. But definitely not going to put it back for $3. Another $3 book, although it's not in the best condition because it's all a little off center, but this is what I pretty much needed it for. X-Men #173. I just wanted to see what Storm looked like with a mohawk. It's the first appearance of Storm with a mohawk. It's not a key issue, but you can tell in here she does not have the mohawk yet. And through the book, she does come up with it. So, hey, great. I was just curious. And for the right price, why not? Okay, then I just tried finishing a small run. I've got most of it completed. But it's not the best, to tell you the truth. I'm a little disappointed. Usually I wouldn't be disappointed with anything Copper Age, but this I was. Before we go on, let me just check on who's in the chat, because I'm seeing things scroll up. I just want to acknowledge guys who dropped by, so great. We got four Flashers, Huey's Comics, like I said. Ben from Beantown just came out with a video, as well as Huey. I watched both of them, loved them. That's about it. I saw Contender in here just a moment ago, but going on with the haul. Picked up a few Astonishing Tales while at my buddy's booth. Just run fillers. Deathlock the Demolisher, Astonishing Tales number 30, featuring Deathlock the Demolisher, as well as 32, 35, and 36. Now, the reason why I say I was a little disappointed, I hadn't read much of Deathlock the Demolisher. I have his first appearance, which is great. I don't recall flipping through it too much, nor reading the story, or recalling it for that matter. And the reason why I was a little underwhelmed by it, these are very dialogue heavy. If you guys are readers, by all means read them. If you're just there to look at the pretty pictures, don't bother. What happens in these is that there is so much dialogue that there's Deathlock, Luther Manning, that he's completely or constantly conflicting himself with his alter ego, which is the computer side of him. And also in the background is a character named Riker, who pretty much designed him. And there's all this dialogue going on between the three perspectives, the two perspectives being Luther Manning himself and his computer ego side of him, and of course the person that's monitoring him constantly, which is Riker. So much dialogue going on that it doesn't leave a lot of space for any art at all. So you can forget about a splash page or anything like that. And it's very, it's not the kind of reading that you would get from something like Spidey Super Stories or something like that. It's not cartoony. It's pretty serious reading for the time. Okay, so going on with that. After that, I think I didn't really pick up much more books from that con, but I did pick up another run filler that I needed. Punisher number 3 of it says 4-issue series, but I believe this lasted 5-issue series because they made a correction later on that it was actually selling and people were interested in this, so they actually added on another issue. This is good. What I would thought was good Mike Zeck art, but hey, Spider Comic 7, how are you doing? Now, most of the time you can't go wrong with Mike Zeck art. Am I right? I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but I appreciate his work. But this is not his best work because, oh man, take a gander at that mug right there, huh? Ugh. Yeah, this does not remind me of Mike Zeck at all. But you know, when you need a book for a run, you need a book for a run, right? Yes, Spider Comic 7, I'm so glad that you caught it live as well. So anyway, I was not impressed with that. Now here's a little something. I was still at the con, picked up a couple dollar books, and I think this is a little bit warming up a little bit more as far as Deathlock and Mike Zeck. And what is it? It's actually 2 issues. 286 of Captain America and 287. Now the cover art is nice. I do think that Mike Zeck did a better job than Rich Buckler. I don't know, maybe things just progressed a little bit more. But the same thing applies, that there's a lot of dialogue going on in these issues and not a lot of room for art. I'll find you something that I appreciated in this issue, yeah, without wasting too much of your guys' time. Yeah, on the last page, there you go. You got a lot of space for creativity, although it's all wasted in one big panel there. but that's about the best you get out of it. It's all right. It's pretty good. And then after I left that con, I think the following week I hit up a local flea market, which I came back with 3 books. Another filler here, Spidey Super Stories number 16, but it's a harder one for me to find. And also finding covers with decently drawn sharks on it is even harder. I would love to collect this run, although I'm not really striving to do so. If I come across them, great. I just think there's so many in the run that you don't normally find those in the dollar bin. Excuse me. And I got that for $5. For $4, I got the first appearance of Xanajana. So out goes these little duo people and this fine lady here, and then you come across Xanajana. Form of bucket of water. I got that for $4. And also, now this is something I was just interested in getting at I guess a low price, because I'm not really vested in these. There you go. Thank you. I had a brain fart. Thank you, Faraway. Marvin and Wendy. Extra points if you get the dog's name. Anybody coming up with the dog's name? Go ahead. So I picked up my first treasury, Super Friends. Now, yeah, your eyes are automatically drawn to this right here. I don't care. Wonder Dog. Damn, I was going to test you on your game, Faraway. You are sharp today. Woo! Look at you. Yeah, so I picked up my first treasury, and I should have picked up treasuries a long time ago. But I'm almost glad I didn't, because tell you the truth, even though the cover is really cool with Marvin and Wendy and Super Dog, I'm going to leave points for TiVo. Thank you very much, Four-Way. You want to get kicked off being my moderator? I got other people in line. Don't get sassy with me. So anyway, there's not a whole lot going on as far as the Super Friends in this. They kind of gyp you into thinking that there's something going on with Super Friends, but next thing you know, there's like a 2-page story with Wonder Friend or Super Friends, and then the next thing you know, it starts going into Justice League of America. And what gives you that? You're gonna have a treasury that has a big old label saying Super Friends on it, and then you have 2 stories of all this stuff. It's all fluff. I don't get it. Why even sell a treasury? But anyway, I'm not going to judge all treasuries on that. Man from Beantown, have I used Rocket Comics? Of course. I've worked for them for a number of years. I think I'm going in about 4 years now. So yeah, I've actually worked for them for a little bit. I've used them personally, of course, because not only do I work for them, they're my presser of choice, and they're very local to me. I have nothing but good things to say about them. In case you didn't check out earlier, I will again. Yes, okay, so you did watch Alex's video. Great. Great prices, great work. In fact, I've got an X-Men #1 that I'm going to submit through them and have them press. So, Contender, you're going to be okay. Dropping off some books for them, great. Yeah, as far as I know, they'll be at the flea market to drop off books. Anytime that they're not there, they'll normally tell me that they're not going to be there. So as far as I know, you know what? In fact, Contender, why don't you can message them through Facebook, because they have a Facebook page, and you can message them directly. Now, either Melissa or me will pick that up, and they'll let you know. So that's always an option. Going on with the haul, I found a new spot. That's always good, especially in my neck of the woods, where about 2 of my best sweet spots kind of closed their doors. It's always refreshing to find another one to take their place. Because as you know, as well as I do, we're always looking for new places. And when somebody shuts their door, well, it normally means that you have to look harder. So with me finding a new place, I only found 1 book. I might go back to them. I don't know. We'll see. But for $5, I was not going to turn this down. An Amazing Spider-Man number 160. Got this for $5. Now you'll notice that this is not in the best condition. There's tons of overspray. I don't really care for that. It's okay. But once again, it's good to find a new source for finding books, right? Let's see. Now, I found another. I was out in the area and found another store. And again, found one book. Yes. Okay. So, if you guys are paying attention in the chat, Man from the Bean Town is saying for $5 you can't go wrong. Yeah, their cleaning services are only $5. Their pressing are only 10, and their spine roll charge is about 10. If you don't need the spine roll, you don't need to pay the extra $10. But it's some great stuff. And not only do they press books, they can press bigger books like the Treasury I showed. They can even press posters. So that's an advantage that some people don't have over other pressing services. Now, I'm not going to give out any news because there's a lot of stuff going on with Rocket Comics and Rocket Pressing. But in the upcoming months, you could expect big things out of them from their services and other products as well. They're rolling out a whole new thing, so keep an eye out for them. They're coming across some great stuff from what I've heard. This other store I went to out of the way, I found this. This was good. I found 3 books, and I'll tell you what happened to the other 2 books. With this here, the story on this is that I went through a whole bunch of boxes, pulled this box or this book along with others. This is New Mutants trade paperback, 6 print, and it's the only print that has a different cover on it. This one happens to be done by Adam Hughes. Not Adam Hughes' best work, but it's got a little bit of steam behind it and a little bit of hype. I don't know. I might sell it. Don't know if this is the right time to sell though. I might have to wait another year for the trailer to come about or the movie itself to come out. And then finally, I made 2 online purchases. One of them was a spur of the moment thing, just because I thought I needed it. The other one was another book off my wish list that I haven't been able to find locally. The first one being this one right here. That's the Incredible Hulk #1 reprint, brought to you by Kraft and Walmart. Not always an easy thing to find because I believe this was a mail away kind of thing or a giveaway. And I love my giveaways as well as mailaways. And this was just a neat little thing I thought I needed instead of tracking down the original Hulk #1. And it's very affordable. Good stuff. It reprints the full thing, so it was really cool. Yeah, we all want an original Hulk #1, but I don't have like $6,000 or $10,000 or whatever it's going to cost to get that book. Maybe someday. The last book, I've got a little story behind it, okay? And follow me here because I really want your guys' opinion, okay? I got a book that the guy was local, okay? I found him on eBay. He was, about no more than 15 miles away from me. I could have driven and picked it up, right? So I messaged this guy on eBay, and I give him an offer of $90, okay? And he said, yeah, I could do that, but you'll have to come pick it up. I said, good, because I was planning on just avoiding the $10 media mail charge. He was going to charge $10 for media mail, and why spend $10 when, especially in media mail, when I could just go pick it up? So he agreed on that, and then for some reason, this is where things gone wrong. He starts freaking out, thinking that I'm eBay messaging him, trying to get him to make a transaction out of eBay. Not once did I say, let's do this transaction out of eBay, but he starts ignoring me. And when you start getting ignored on eBay, well, then you start thinking other things. Why isn't he messaging me? He tells me to message him on Facebook. I message him on Facebook, and all this stuff goes down, and I said, hey, what's going on? He says, oh, I thought you were eBay. It's the same thing I just told you guys. And I just finally sent him a message on eBay saying, listen, to show you um, how committed I am to buying this book, I'm just going to go flat out buy it on eBay. Now, I'm assuming he's still honoring his word of $90. He was charging 100, I believe 110, including media mail. And then he finally said the lowest he could go was 100. I said, fine. All I want to do is avoid the shipping charge. So I clicked it. I bought it on eBay. Long story short, in this part, he doesn't honor his word. He says, you bought the book on eBay. There's nothing I can do. That doesn't sit well with me. If you're going to honor your word, you honor your word. And the book in question on here is just a Hulk 102. It's a mid-grade, but it's a decent mid-grade, okay? So basically what it comes down to is that I didn't pick this up. He ended up shipping this book to me using the media mail method. So I felt kind of burned. And the other part of it, I actually know who this guy is. Not personally, I don't talk to him every day, but I bought off him personally before in person. And so, you know what? Although I'll take the blame for actually clicking the button, buying it off of eBay, I don't accept the service. Let me just check the chat really quick. Yeah, it's a great book. Thank you, man, from Beantown. Yeah, I was assuming that he was going to refund me $10. Really, exactly. That's what I was getting at. I was expecting that he would. And but I didn't get burned that bad. Okay, I didn't. It's still worth it. It's probably worth what I paid for it. It's okay. But this is not. It wasn't worth haggling. But it definitely gets you where he's like, hey, you know what? I thought we had a deal here, and now you're going back on your word. That's what bugs me the most. So it's not a bad thing. But what have you done? I mean, if there was a guy that was local and you're going to pick it up, and you have to convince them that you're good for the money and buying it, he constantly told me that he didn't force me to buy the book. I bought the book on my own. But at the same point, he's ignoring me, so how else am I going to get the book? I could have just, hunted him down and burned down his house. But this book would have gone with it 4-way, so not so good. You gotta be a little bit more sensible on your thinking 4-way. So that is that. The end of my haul. I haven't picked up much lately, but I think that's just because I'm being cheap. Being very picky, and there's not a whole lot of selection out there right now. So with that, man from Beantown agrees with me. That is a little extreme for $10 4-way. I agree. Contender, am I going to Ontario? Canada, no. Oh, you're talking about Comic Book Revolution? When is that anyway, Contender? That's sometime in May, is that correct? And if I am, if you've been there before, I think this is like their second time setting up that convention. How is it? I don't know how good it is. So I'll have to check it out. You know what? I did check it out, and their lineup, as far as appearances, not too bad. They got some good talent there. Maybe I'll think about it. But I don't want this to go on too long, guys. I've taken up enough of your time. I'm still glad that somebody actually comes and visits me on my live show. What more can I ask for? I would do another contest, but you know what? I'm going to let Contender have this. I love that I've got 400 subscribers. It takes me a long time to get to it, but nonetheless, I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying all this and all you guys and talking to you people. So with that being said, we'll see what comes up next time, shall we? Like I said, there's some more shows coming up. I've got more opportunities to buy more books. So we'll see you guys next time. And like I said, till next time, this is Comic Fan. Bye bye.